Blessed to be with all of, well, not all my children because my eldest daughter and son are not here. Some of my adopted children are not here. But I've got my twins, and I got my grandson, great grandson, and my I'm blessed. I am blessed, and I hope that you're feeling the same way. And no, we're not having turkey, and no, we didn't have a turkey. And the reason we had ham, even though it's not kosher, and I don't like that, but my daughter had already cooked two turkeys, one for their church and one for her friends. So I said, no, I'll make a ham because she wanted a ham. And I don't care for ham, but my kids mean a lot to me, so that's what they got. But I hope that y'all know that this is a great day that God has made. And we're going to be glad and rejoice in it. We got some people that are very sick, and they were afraid that nobody wanted them to come because they were contagious. But the way I look at it, I have the blood of Jesus. I believe in resurrected power. And I know other people do too. But apparently, I may do it just a little more than they because I do believe. Oh, I do believe that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't know I had something on my mouth.
Need better sleep? We can help. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
If you were recently injured in a car accident, you need to hear this. Hiring an attorney can
Okay.
get you 3.5 times more
I was going to look over
If you don't
here.
have an attorney, stop now.
And
Find legal
why do
immediately.
smart
Find
people
an
believe the
accident
earth
attorney
is
fast,
6,000
easy,
years
and
old?
hassle-free.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. Well, let's see.
1-800-800-8866. To get
How
connected with an
about,
attorney in minutes. No upfront costs, no legal fees unless they win. Call
the Fat Man
1-800-820-8866.
Conspiracy? I don't know if y'all know about that or not. Let me tell you a little bit about it because I'm going to have a book out and I want you to buy it. How I Taught My Kids Santa is a Spirit and Why Jesus Wasn't Born in December. A Christmas Rebellion Story. Let me turn that TV off behind me. Hold on.
That's right. And when the West Point cadet football player saw a man trapped in a crash car surrounded by live power lines, he knew he had to help.
This is the stuff goosebumps are made of because 20-year-old Larry Pickett Jr. sprang into.
Okay, now have a little bit of quietness here so I can tell you a little bit about the book that's coming out. And for those that are wanting to get in the Christmas spirit, tomorrow's Black Friday, and they've already started selling things right and left. They say it's going to be like trillions of dollars being spent. And there's people all over the world needing food, and they're worried about electronics. Anyway, that's my opinion, so I'll just shut up. Because I do have very big opinions about how Christmas is so commercialized. Okay. Okay. Now, you'll be looking for the book, and it is called The Fat Man Conspiracy: How I Taught My Kids Santa is a Spirit and Why Jesus is Not Born on December. A Christmas Rebellion Story. I always called him the Fat Man, and my kids hated that. When old Fat Man would show up, love showed up. And it was without a chimney. Most of our houses back years ago didn't have chimneys. Do you have a chimney? I don't know. So, I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you a story. I'll start with chapter 1 and give you a little taste. The night the fat man didn't come. Mama, Mama, why do you keep calling him the fat man? My youngest was 6, hands on her hips, already suspicious. The other 5 kids were huddled around the Christmas tree like it was holding hostages, staring at wrapped boxes that had been there for 2 weeks. And because he's fat, baby. He is fat and jolly. That's what the TV says, right? But you said he can't fit down the chimney. Exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Think about it. A big fat man, a tiny chimney. Physics don't work. The math ain't matching. My kids looked at each other, and I could see their little minds working, questioning everything the commercials had programmed into them since September. Yes, September. Don't even get me started on Christmas creeping into Halloween territory like some kind of holiday manifest destiny. Then how does he bring the presents, my oldest asked, the one who was already doing algebra and could spot a logical fallacy at 20 paces. Well, he doesn't, I said, settling into my rocking chair with my coffee. The spirit of love doesn't. 6 pairs of eyes blinked at me. What's the spirit of love? And that, beloved readers, is what Christmas got real in our house. Chapter 2. Ancient truths they don't put in Hallmark movies. Now let's back up about 2,000 years ago. Okay? Here's where your Sunday school teacher probably didn't emphasize Jesus wasn't born in December. Not even close. The shepherds were out in the fields watching their flocks at night. But they don't do that in December in Bethlehem. It's cold. It's rainy. Sheep are tucked away. Biblical scholars put Jesus' birth somewhere around September or October during the Feast of Tabernacles. But December 25th, that was Roman festival of Saturnalia, a week-long party dedicated to Saturn, the god of agriculture. It was pure pagan celebration, gift-giving, feasting, role reversals where masters served the slaves, and general debauchery. When Christianity spread through Rome, the early church fathers were smart, or you could say sneaky, depending on your perspective. Instead of fighting the culture's biggest party of the year, they said, let's redeem it. Let's put Christ in the middle of it, of our celebration. Boom, Christmas was born. Not a biblical command, but a strange cultural takeover. And honestly, I respect the hustle. Now let's talk about Santa Claus, a character everyone is obsessed with. And honestly, Chapter 3, From Saint to Sellout, the Nicholas nobody knows. The real Saint Nicholas was born around 280 A.D. in Patara, modern Turkey. He wasn't checking lists, breaking into houses via a chimney. He was a bishop, a fiery, passionate follower of Jesus, who gave away his entire inheritance to help the poor. He rescued girls from sex trafficking by secretly dropping bags of gold through their windows to their fathers because they couldn't afford to pay dowries, so instead of selling them, he dropped in those bags of gold. Now, it got so heated at the Council of Nicaea that he allegedly slapped the heretic Arius across the face for denying Christ's divinity. I almost slapped somebody's face about it too one time. Died on December the 6th, 343 A.D., and became one of the most beloved saints in Christian history. This is your Santa Claus, folks. A radical Christian who literally smacked false doctrine and funded freedom for enslaved women. The Dutch called him Sinterklaas. When they came to America, it morphed into Santa Claus. Over centuries, the church fathers became a folklore figure. Stories mixed with Norse mythology, the god Odin flying through the sky. Clement Clark Moore's 1823 poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, the one that starts with, "'Twas the night before Christmas," and all through the house. And finally, the Coca-Cola Company in 1930 solidified the red-suited, rosy-cheeked image we know today as Santa Claus. And somehow we let it happen. I mean, boxes of mystery, how I became the weirdest mom at church. Back to my living room where 6 kids are trying to figure out if their mama has lost her mind, her sanctified mind. So let me get this straight, my second oldest crossed-armed saying. You're telling us Santa is not a real person. Nope, he's the spirit. Like a ghost? No, like love. Love is the spirit. God is love. According to 1 John 4:8, when you feel love, when you give, because love moves you to give. That's the spirit of love. That's what Christmas is supposed to be about. Not what you get, but what love gives through you. My kids stared at the wrapped boxes. But what's in the boxes? Nothing yet. Collectively, oh, what? We wrap boxes, we put them under the tree, and we tell the spirit of love what you want and what you really need, and then you practice being good, because he keeps a list, and you try to be good, kind, and patient, and then on Christmas Eve, if you go to bed early and actually go to sleep, the spirit of love fills those boxes with exactly what you want. We wrap empty boxes, put them under the tree. You tell the spirit of love what you want, what you really need, and you practice being good and kind. Then on Christmas Eve, if you go to bed early and actually shut your eyes and go to sleep, the spirit of love fills those boxes. One of my middle kids squinted at me. That sounds like you're going to fill the boxes, Mama. One of my middle kids squinted at me. And that sounds like you're just going to do it, Mama. Does that matter who fills him? If the spirit of love working through people? Sometimes love works through parents. Sometimes through grandparents. Sometimes your friend or a stranger. But always love that moves the giving. I could see the tears turning. I could see the gears moving. So we have to be asleep for it to work? Absolutely. The spirit of love doesn't operate on your schedule, baby. You don't command when a blessing shows up. You prepare your heart, rest in faith, and trust that love will come through. That's when the real action begins. Now, I'm going to say this one last one. I'm going to stop. You'll have to buy the book if you want to find out about it. Christmas Eve arrived. My kids were pumped. It was like they had been wired on something. They had written letters to the spirit of love, more specifically than others. One asked for a pony, a gypsy vanner, which she didn't think would ever happen, but the spirit of love can move you in mighty ways. They'd been sweeter than usual. They helped around the house and counted down the days. But here's the thing about kids. Excitement overrides obedience real quick. 8 o'clock came, time for bed. But Mama, we're not tired. 9 o'clock, still awake and giggling in their rooms. 10 o'clock, full on party mode, sneaking into each other's rooms, peeking down the hallway. My husband looked at me. What now? I stood up and I marched to the tree and I started removing every single wrapped box. My oldest was looking and said, "What are you doing?" She just suddenly appeared because she had snuck. She like had a Christmas radar on. The spirit of love can't work if you won't rest. Faith requires surrender. You want your gifts? Well, you'll get them when you trust and obey. So I hit every single box. The wailing, the gnashing of teeth, the cries, "This is the worst Christmas ever!" Calm down, I said. Write the Spirit of Love a letter of apology. Tell him you understand now and ask for another chance. So, tear-stained letters were being written. They did, and oh, they did. Those letters were sincere. Repentance flowed like the Jordan River. Dear Spirit of Love, we are so sorry we didn't listen to Mama. We know we have to trust and be patient. Please give us another chance. We promise we'll go to sleep. We promise we'll be good. Love, your kids. So we left the letters by the empty space where the tree had been surrounded by boxes. Christmas night, December 25th, after the traditional morning, we told them to check the boxes were back and they were filled. They began screaming with joy, "Mama, Mama, Mama, he came! The Spirit of Love came!" Here's a fun fact they don't put in the Christmas pageants either. The wise men didn't show up in the manger. Matthew 2:11 says, "And when they were come to the house, they saw the young child, not newborn baby, but a young child with Mary his mother, fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh." Not a stable, a house, not a baby, a young child, probably a toddler. The wise men had traveled for months, maybe up to 2 years, following that star. They didn't show up for the birth announcement. They showed up for the revelation. Okay, if you want to hear the prophetic word and have this story, get ready to purchase the book on Amazon. I'm going to have it priced at a very, very low price so that you can have it and get it, because I think you'll be ecstatically pleased about this story. And it really happened. I'm 74 and I had 6 children, and by the grace of God, we did that. And I'll tell you, it was fun. It's still fun. I've got a great grandson in there playing his piano concert. He's 6 years old. Well, listen, I love you. This is Lady Janice. And if you haven't joined our Bible study, I hope that you will. We do Zoom live on Monday night at 7 p.m. Texas time. I know that we are so many hours ahead or behind some of you, but if you are interested, the Zoom is 813-840-77663, and the passcode is 121212. Well, I know this is Gobble Gobble Thanksgiving Day, which I thank the good Lord for every blessing. I thank him for life. I thank him for everything. I submit to God and I resist the devil, and he has to flee. So I love you guys, and I hope y'all have a very good Thanksgiving, a very good night, and I will see you guys soon. My little great-grandson came in
Bye,
here.
I'm sick. I hope y'all don't be sick.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to transfer that to him, are we? No. Well, I love you guys, and this is Lady Janice, and I'll see you Monday night. And I hope you purchase this book and find out the rest, because
You're Check yourself.
after all, the wise men traveled for months, maybe even up to 2 years, following that star. They didn't show up for the birth announcement. Nope, they showed up for the revelation. And I've got a prophetic word for you, 2025. We're in a season where God is separating those that want Instagram worthy manager moments for those who journey for the real encounter. And I got the real encounter. I love you, and I'm going to let you go. Have a blessed night, okay? Okie dokie. think I'm going to go back and eat me some sweet potato. I love you, I love you. I'm just, as some of the young people say, I'm just jagging around right now because I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. Fun. I sure love you guys. I love you so much. Matter of fact, people that sit by me, the first thing they say, would you scratch me? Because I can sure scratch your head and I can rub you down good, make you feel glad like you should. God's so good, God's so great. Let us thank Him. I love you. Have a good night. Have a good night.